Hi everyone, this is Sangeeta, working as a HOD in Judge and IoT department. Today I'm going to present the topic on functions in Python programming. We know that functions are very essential in modular programming because we can segregate, we can divide the large program into smaller piece of code so that we can achieve readability and also easy to debug. So here we're going to discuss about the fruitful functions in Python. So actually, for achieving a reusable and modularity, we can use functions. Okay, so function, how we can define function? Function is nothing; it's a set of code, so which is get executed when it is called, and after execution of that function, it will return some value also. So that we can divide the large unit of code into manageable unit of code, so that we can achieve. Modularity, and also it provide a very easy debugging and also. So for solving complex problems, we'll use functions. So let's see how the function will work in Python. So first of all, we discussed about how we can define or declare a function in Python. So with the help of this, so the return statement is crucial of the function, because with the help of the return statement only we could able to know what type of result is what result is received from that executable function. And if sometimes the function need not to return a value, so implicitly return a none, and none. To that we can use void. So here, the example is for addition of two numbers. Here I have defined a function with the help of the keyword def and function name. Function name is user-defined name, and parenthesis we could able to add the parameters, and after that the executable statement can be added. So here def add of a comma b. So here I have declared a function with the name add and with the two arguments. This function going to add two numbers and return as some value. So return a plus b. So this is the result. So when if I am calling like result is equal to add of 5 comma 3, the corresponding function will get called, and the 5 and 5 and 3 will pass to a and b. Then finally the result of a plus b, that is 5 plus 3 is 8, that will be written back and assigned to result. So when I'm printing result, the result will be is 8. Okay. So likewise, if this works, likewise we can create a function in Python. So here, parameters play a vital role, because based on the parameters only, the user can pass an argument. So sometimes we can also the defined function and also calling function should have the same parameter list, otherwise it will show an error. And because in Python, no need to mention the type of the argument or parameters, so that we have to pass an argument list that should be matched. So parameters are variables, nothing. It's a type of variables, and it enables the dynamic and flexible assignment of the values. Here there are different type of arguments we can specify here. The positional argument, we can position the argument in order. Sometimes based on the value, the flexibility order get changed. So we can also pass default argument with the default values. So default value, if you're assigning for a variable, that we can say it as a default argument with the function. Sometimes arbitrary value can also be say. Then next we see about the local scope and global scope. Local scope is a simple one, because the variables declared inside the block, we can say local variable. The scope of the variable only in that particular block. If the outside the block, not possible. So likewise in Python, the variables defined inside the function operate as a local scope, which means that based on intent, we can say that. So local variables help keep functions self-contained block and protectable, and which is robust software design. So here, in this example, diff calculate area, it is a function name with the two argument length and width. So the functionality will calculate like area into length, area is equal to length into width. So when it returns a value, that will be a center area. If outside of the function, after return statement, if I'm calling that variable name, so that could not accessible, because the area is declared and used inside the function which is called the calculate area. So if you are trying to access outside of the function, it's not possible. Okay, this kind because the scope of the variable only inside that block. Then global variable, sometimes we are in the need of using a variable by multiple functionalities so that we can declare that variable as a global one. So we can access anywhere in the module. So including, for example, the variables declared at the top level of a script or module is called a global. So it can be read directly from within a function without any special keywords. So if you want to modify that variable, we can use the variable type keyword global that should be used. So best practice, we limit the use of global variable to avoid integrated dependencies. Then next, function composition. Normally, the function composition is based on building blocks. So the function combination chaining of blocks together. While so the particular module can have multiple functionalities inside it, we can call the function from one block to the other block. That could be possible. That's called a function composition. And another one thing, recursion is also possible. So the function itself calling itself. So this function can call itself, that's called recursion. So recursion in the programming language where a function solves a problem by calling itself with certain conditions. So this is also a best practice. So the condition that stop the recursion, preventing infinite loop. So if we are not giving a perfect condition to stop itself, it will lead to infinite. So we have to give that condition based on that. And the element is also most usually 1,000. So yeah, ideal for problem like factorial calculation and retraversal because if we want to reiterate again and again, that kind of situation, we can use a recursion function. Okay. Then functions are manageable unit of code that could be provide modularity and easy of use and easy to debug. So it's the best practice of using functions. It's a robust and scalable and make easier for the programmers. Okay, with the help of that, we can use that in nuclear naming, single responsibilities, and function composition, recursion, and various purpose. We can use functions. Okay, thank you so much.